Do you suffer from lower back pain? Whether it's the dull, nagging ache you get from working on your feet all day, or that sharp stabbing pain you experience driving down a bumpy road, that awful feeling can radiate all the way down your leg and completely ruin your day. But there's good news. A unique form of maximum strength backache is available with powerful medicine that effectively relieves temporary minor lower back, leg, or joint pain and stiffness. Maximum strength backache helps relieve the pain of inflammation and the pressure-related discomfort that can radiate pain down your leg. Like with sciatica, Backaide's 6-hour formula provides maximum strength over-the-counter pain relief. That's why customers consistently rate Backaide 5 stars. Get effective back pain relief. Join the thousands who have found 5-star relief with maximum strength Backaide. Go into a Walmart or CVS now to get Backaide in the blue box in the pain relief aisle. Use as directed. Sponsored by Element Healthcare. Eric and Gary for the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. Lots of questions about the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. We thought we'd do a little Q&A. Here's a question. Does it work on any smell? Yes, the Thunderstorm gets rid of strong odors from cooking, cigarette smoke, litter boxes, and more. Even the mildew smell. How long does it take to work? Immediately, the Thunderstorm starts working in seconds to clear a room of any odor. What about replacement filters? No, you never need them. Does the Thunderstorm Air Purifier really work? Over 350,000 Thunderstorms have been sold already with thousands of 5-star reviews online. Here's a question we get a lot. How do I get a deal on Eden Pure Thunderstorm? Right now, you can save $200 on 3 Thunderstorms for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200. Just go to EdenPureDeals.com, enter the discount code REDEYE. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code REDEYE, and you get free shipping. Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1,000,000 miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Central Shopping Centers, Howes Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Catskill. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com. News Radio 1440 is still and 95.1 FM public station. CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Abortion rights advocates have just scored a big victory in Ohio, where voters have rejected a Republican-backed measure that would have made it more difficult to pass protection. Columbus Democratic Mayor Andrew Ginther.
The people came out and sent a very strong message to an extremist supermajority in the legislature.
CBS's Tara Corte is in Columbus.
Folks that were supporting the Yes movement, which was the movement to make it harder to amend Ohio State's constitution, Republican supporters, anti-abortion rights supporters, that movement was looking for a big day of voter turnout. That did not seem to happen for the Yes vote.
In Montgomery, Alabama, police say 3 white men have been charged with assault for attacking a black riverboat co-captain along the city's riverfront over the weekend. It ignited a large brawl divided largely along racial lines. The fight began when the captain was trying to dock. He was blocked by a smaller pontoon boat. He used the PA system to try to get those boaters to move. Rapper Tory Lanez has been sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting women hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. Deputy LA District Attorney Alex Vaught.
Not only did the defendant do the heinous act of shooting her, the man subjected her to 2.5 years of hell. He called her a liar, he intimidated her, he harassed her.
Lanez's attorneys say they'll appeal. Russia has announced it's deploying more troops along its borders. Pentagon correspondent Cami McCormick.
Russia's defense minister says more forces will be sent to that country's western borders.
This comes as Poland has already announced plans to strengthen its military, and the Russian minister Sergei Shoigu said he expects significant NATO forces and weaponry to be deployed to Finland, which has just joined the alliance. Here in the U.S., finally a winning ticket in the Mega Millions jackpot. The only person who had all those numbers for the $1.5 million prize purchased a ticket at a Publix grocery store in Neptune Beach, Florida. ESPN is getting into the betting business. Here's CBS's Chanel Call. The multi-platform sports network struck a $2 billion agreement with Penn Entertainment to rebrand its sportsbook to ESPN Bet. It will be available for U.S. fans this fall in the 16 states where it's licensed. S&P futures are up 9. Dow futures ahead 49. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and max speed with Indeed. Their hiring solution platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on keyboard, over and over and over and over. It's truly your MHTSA/the right to make sure they're correctly buttoned in the back seat. Sounds good, right? Check today at MHTSA.gov/the right brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
New York Times calls BritBox the best of British telly. Stream brilliant series you can only find on BritBox. One look at home favourites like Villa and Stonehouse. The upcoming original drama Archie, the story of Kelly Grant. Starring free to love BritBox.com.
Staples has what you need for travel. Passports, luggage, headphones, even personal travel-sized items. Now, get $10 off your purchase of 30 or more when you buy the travel service. In store, offer ends 9/16. Exclusions apply. Staples, your first stop to nonstop travel.
A Houston woman who's been stuck overseas is finally heading home.
Social media influencer Tierra Allen of Texas is on a flight headed back to the U.S. from Dubai after months being stuck there after she was arrested for allegedly shouting in public during an argument with a car rental company. Allen, who posts online under the handle Sassy Trucker, boarded the flight after paying a fee of about $1,300 to have a travel ban lifted by authorities. That's according to the Detained in Dubai international nonprofit organization that works to secure a return. Allen was arrested in May following a confrontation with a male employee of a car rental company. Matt Piper.
Now, can't go every place and think you still in America. You're not.
The stage at SoFi Stadium.
I'll learn that one of these days. Arrogant to us.
Arts and craft stores for beads, letters, strings, and charms to show Ms. Swift they're listening.
And you can go any place you want to go, act any way you want to act,
Yes.
like this is America. That ain't America. Maybe one of these days, y'all appreciate America. That you can open a big mouth all you want to. But that's what I like about it. That's what I like about it. You can open your big mouth all you want to. I don't know. Okay. You're gonna learn one of these days. You can't talk any way you want to on the stage. Especially when you buy. And the other places over there. You get jacked up over there, bro. You get a paddling and all kinds of things. Curtis Blow. Oh.
Telling it like it really is. Alert weather forecast. Traffic.
Hey, give me some of that stuff, bro.
People who reserve up but his vision looms within. He has age-related macular degeneration. And his background was an educational for geographic or uniform. He struggled with vision. Nobody wanted to help others simply by feeling yourself. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a doorframe. For others, blurring or missing spots can make it hard to read or see the often. Many will see making if you've been diagnosed with AMD and noticed vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
We got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, what do you want to get smart about? You can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free one-on-one resource from the nonprofit Nationally Valued for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays from 11 on News Radio 1440.
Alrighty.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. It is another day, one more. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. And remember, it is a great day to be alive. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. It is August the 9th, 2023 AD. Today's daily bread is entitled Good Trouble for God. Our scriptural insight today comes from Matthew 12, 9 through 14. Matthew 12 and 12 says, how much more valuable is a person than a sheep? Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, good morning. It is August the 9th. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that shall never, ever, ever come again. It's a once in a lifetime deal, and once it's gone, you don't get a do-over, you don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and undo the things that you do this day. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and do all the things that you should have done that you don't. So whatever it is that you do with this day, hopefully that if tomorrow should be, you be glad of what you have done with this day. If you have lived a while, like I tell you every morning, because each morning is a beginning of another life. But if you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some more tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever we do, while you can, for as long as you can, until you can't, reach back every once in a while and help somebody else along the way. Visualizer Mays said that whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which we live life. We'll always be successful. We'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never, ever quit. My mother said nothing beats a failure but a try. One foot in front of the other is all it takes. Don't ever give up. Don't ever, ever quit, because quitters don't win. And winners never quit. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. The reading for today, titled Good Trouble for God, was written by Marvin Williams. One day, a sixth grade student noticed a classmate cutting his arm with a small razor. Trying to do the right thing, she took it from him and threw it away. Surprisingly, instead of being commended, she received a 10-day school suspension. Why? She briefly had the razor in her possession, something not allowed at school. Asked if she would do it again, she replied, "Even if I got in trouble, I would do it again." Just as this girl's act of trying to do good got her into trouble, her suspension was later reversed. Jesus' act of kingdom intervention got him into good trouble with religious leaders. The Pharisees interpreted Jesus' healing a man with a deformed hand as a violation of their rules. Christ told them if God's people were allowed to care for animals in dire situations on the Sabbath, how much more valuable is a person than a sheep? Because he's Lord of the Sabbath, Jesus could regulate what is and isn't permitted on it. Knowing that it would offend the religious leaders, he restored the man's hand to wholeness anyway. Sometimes believers in Christ can get into good trouble doing what honors him, but what might not make certain people happy as they help others in need. When we do, as God guides us, we imitate Jesus and reveal that people are more important than rules and rituals. This is today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 12, verses 9 through 14. Going on from that place, he went into their synagogue, and a man with a shriveled hand was there. Looking for a reason to bring charges against Jesus, they asked him, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" He said to them, "If any of you has a sheep and it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, will you not take hold of it and lift it out? How much more valuable is a person than a sheep? Therefore it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath." Then he said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." So he stretched it out, and it was completely restored, just as sound as the other. But the Pharisees went out and plotted how they might kill Jesus. Would you take a moment and pray with me? Dear Jesus, please give us the courage to do what's right, even when it means getting into good trouble. May we trust you with whatever the outcome may be, knowing that our lives are in your hands and even when the result is difficult, that you will give us all we need to endure. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Hey, thanks for listening today. My name is Wes Ward, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, oh diddly, have you heard? Oh diddly, have you heard? We're gonna jump from a big iron bird. We're gonna jump from a big iron bird. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. And lift right out and count to four. Lift right out and count to four. If my man don't open wide, if my man don't open wide, I got a reserve by my side. I got a reserve by my side. Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough. Hey, lottie, lottie, lottie. Hey, lottie, lottie, lottie. Hey, lottie, lottie, lottie. Hey, lottie, lottie. Well, it's the accent, the baby. Hey, lottie, lottie, lottie. We're so glad we're enjoying the Navy. Hey, lottie, lottie. Well, it's the accent, the Congo. Hey, lottie, lottie. We're so proud that we're airborne. Hey, lottie, lottie. Here we go. Lottie, lottie, lottie. All the way. Every day. All the way. Hey, cool. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Oh no, is it PT time today? I guess it is. Okay, we got to do it. It's Wednesday. Maybe I'll get motivated. All right, let's get it going. All right, let's do it. Somebody get the sergeant major out there in the first sergeant. Tell them they ain't quit yet. Here we go. Work. Work. That's what I say. Work. I earn my pay. Hard work do every day. I get up by the 2:45 and go to pay. Woo! Hard work. That's what it said. Hard work, I earn my pay. Oh yeah. Just go to work. Oh yeah. I'm feeling it. Hard work. Hard work on the airplane in the early morning rain. Oh, there goes that airborne knee again. Don't quit. Keep going. Woo. Okay. Woo. I got it. Okay. At least I get my steps in on PT day. My watch says I did about 1,000 steps right then. Maybe it did, I don't know. I did some.
Anyway, now let's pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. But also, let us never forget the local heroes: Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery Fire Department, Montgomery Sheriff Department, and my good friend Sanitation Department. We always raise the hell about them, but they're always out there every day in that hot sun. All righty then. I missed anybody? Aaliyah, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. Good morning to all those guys. And good morning, a special good morning to Alabama National Guard, Air Force, as well as Army. Good morning, Sergeant Major Rasmussen. Good morning to the folks out on Gunner and Maxwell Air Force Base. After all, this is an Air Force town, and we got to pay homage where homage is due. As a matter of fact, has anybody seen like a C-141 out there? When you see it, let me know. I'll come out there and look. Maybe they'll give me a ride. I don't know. I really like to ride a C-17 because after watching SEAL Team on TV, I think that jet was made, that bird was made with me in mind. But nothing would ever beat the Charlie 5A, affectionately known as C-5A. Oh yeah, cargo. I think C stands for cargo. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine as we pay homage to our armed forces. And last but certainly not least, the United States Marine Corps, whose motto is Semper Fidelis. But to be truthful, the Marines had a hard time pronouncing that, so we made it short for them. We just say Semper Fi. Whether it's Semper Fi or Semper Fidelis, it all means the same thing. Always, not sometimes, but always faithful. Good morning, Jarheads. It's time to rise and shine. I don't think we got too many Marines in live in Montgomery. Well, we got 3. Let's see now. Steve's a Marine. Durham is a Marine. I got any more? Yeah, I think the Marines got kind of scared when I challenged them to come to a phone booth. Okay, I understand. Listen, we all got our issues. Yeah, some time ago, I challenged a Marine to meet me in a phone booth, and whoever after 10 minutes, whoever walked out was the champ. Okay, now they held it off for a long time. They wouldn't come until after the phone booth had been removed from our culture. Yeah, we don't have a phone booth anymore. But if you do find a phone booth somewhere in America, meet me there. Okay, got a phone booth somewhere around. See, because I don't want them to run away. I want to get them in a spot. So you got to fight your way out. So that's the only way to get out of that sucker. Fight your way out. Come inside the phone booth, close the door, and let's have it. Let's have once to end all time is that I could have been a good Marine. And the only way I can prove that is by whooping the snot out of one. Okay? I'm just saying. But it's got to be in a phone booth because I don't want anybody to be running away. Okay? No, even including myself. I don't want to, okay, if I lose, I lose. That's just the way it goes. So if you know any Marines who are willing to take my challenge and a phone booth nearby, call me up. We'll talk about it. Anyway, good morning to you. I tell you, I'm feeling pretty good today. It's 6:32 in the morning. I'm feeling pretty good. I am feeling pretty good. Thank the good Lord above. I'm feeling pretty good. I went to the VA yesterday, and first of all, let me thank the hospitable, not hospitable, not hospital, but hospitable people who work at the VA. It's a different environment at the VA now. You know, they treat you well. And to show you how nice they were to me yesterday. And they didn't know that I was Kevin Elkins, Montgomery's most prolific talk show host. They didn't know that. I could have been Private Elkins out there. They treated me fine. As a matter of fact, here's what happened. So I sat there in the lobby, right here on Perry Hill Road. I'm sitting there. I'm getting hungry. That's right. I'm getting hungry. But I reach in my pocket. I don't have no money. So what do I do? And you know, we got a canteen out there. You can actually buy a little breakfast out there, you know, and have a good time. So I go back there and I look at all the good bacon, eggs, sausage. You know, I'm out there trying to get something to eat. But even in the military, even if you're a veteran, you can't eat for free. Okay? So I had exactly $1 to eat. Okay? I had $1. Somebody wants to know what I'm going to be doing in the phone booth. Okay? Because there's no space. That's why we don't have the phone booth. Because we don't need a lot of space. Okay, we don't need, because I don't want him to pull his arm back too far and knock the hell out of me. So we got to, whatever we got to do within that confined space. See, but I know some tricks. Most people who've never had a fight in the phone booth, I had one, they don't know. See, but I know some. Okay, we'll talk about that some other time. Whenever I get the Marine and the phone booth together, we'll film it and it'll go viral on Facebook or on the internet. Okay, I'm just saying. But anyway, so yesterday I'm getting there and I got $1 in my pocket, okay, and a little bit of change. So I'm looking at the eggs. The eggs were looking at me. I'm looking at the sausage is looking at me. So we're looking at each other. And the only thing between us was a small glass, okay, and a couple of dollars. So me, being the personality that I am, I looked at the woman back there. I said, you know, I'm hungry. Now, I don't mean that I'm hungry all the time. I mean, I'm just hungry right now. Okay? That's because I don't want them to think I was trying to get over on the system at the VA. And curmudgeon, yeah, I am a vet. I was out there, yeah. So I looked at the lady with a sad face. You know, I sure wish I had some money. I sure wish I had enough money to get that sausage and get those eggs. So I sat there for a minute. I looked at her. I looked at the sausage. I looked at the eggs. And they all looked back at me. I tell you what happened when I get back.
USFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey DQ fans, get ready for a $7 meal deal that adds a little something sweet. Order a $7 meal deal and choose between an original cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken strips, plus full-size regular fries, drink, and your choice of sundae. Only at participating locations. Happy tastes good.
It's going to be a drier next 48 hours for a lot of us here. I can't totally rule out some showers and storms popping up today, but the chance is much lower, around 30%. If you do get a storm today, it could be on the stronger side. Otherwise, highs in the mid-90s, feeling like it's up around 105. Mid-90s again tomorrow, feeling once again like 105 with only a 20% chance of storms. Better chance of wet weather Friday and this weekend. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are still looking good. No major problems or accidents have been reported. Now, the Tonga County schools start this morning, so more traffic on the highways, and there is a lot of fog in the low-lying areas, so leave early, drive slower, keep your headlights on, low beams. Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. From a simple patient transport to life and death situations. Haynes Ambulance is ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
The fastest growing esport just got even bigger. The Valorant Championship Tournament playoffs are right around the corner, and with it comes the largest prize pool in Valorant history. The top teams in the world will be fighting for their chunk of a massive $2.25 million prize pool. And of course, bragging rights. Currently, it looks like Fnatic from the United Kingdom are poised to win it all, but anything can happen on the stage. Who are you rooting for this year at Valorant Champions?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Angie's List is now temporarily a good time. Ain't we lucky we got 'em? It was a good time. Yeah.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today. Spending all your time indoors? You got doesn't join your lineup on the market. Other tractors are just so mid. Don't forget the drip. We've got implements to take your tractor from basic to bougie. It's getting fast. It's getting time to enter your John Deere 3 Series Era Bestie because your initial service is literally on us. When South will be living rent-free in your head after hearing this, so come through. Grab your tractor. Come South. Equipment for those that do.
No restrictions apply. See if you look at details. Expires on
With Liberty Mutual, you can customize your car insurance and save hundreds. Here's what those savings sound like in dollar bills. Here's what it sounds like in quarters. And here's what that sounds like in cryptocurrency. Something I totally understand. 1010. I am money. Touching. Beep boop $sign.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Savings member underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company. Affiliates excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Parents, are you tired of helping put your kids' shoes on? They're squirming, watching cartoons, anything but helping. Luckily, it's Skechers to the rescue. Introducing new hands-free Skechers slip-ins, where you can just get your kids to step into and their shoes are on. You don't need to bend over. You don't need to sit on the floor and try to wrangle them on. And they're available in all types of Skechers styles, with and without laces, and most are machine washable. Find Skechers slip-ins for kids or mom and dad at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
The summer heat has set in, and it doesn't look like Alabama's cooling down anytime soon. To avoid heat illness, it's important to take preventative measures. Drink more fluids. Stay indoors. When temperatures are extreme, reduce or eliminate strenuous activities during the hottest times of the day. Protect yourself from the sun with a hat and sunscreen, and never leave pets or people in parked vehicles. This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to be in control. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. That's for Friday. Okay. Now, somebody made a meme with this song on the Facebook about our gathering on Saturday at the beachfront at the store, whatever that. Okay then. It was kind of funny. I mean, kind of funny. Anyway, too much for that. Nice, good time. Okay, now good morning. Okay, so listen. Before I get to my word of the day and my word of the day and lessons of life, I just want to. I'm gonna finish the story at the VA yesterday. So I'm at the VA. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting real hungry. I'm so hungry, I can eat rocks, right? Because I went out there yesterday and didn't take any money with me because I forgot they had a cafeteria. So I'm looking at the bacon looking at me. I'm looking at the sausage looking at me. And I'm looking at the grits. Okay. Yeah. Listen, what is breakfast without grits? Okay. Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened after I get done telling you this right here. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine, and it is a great day to be alive on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you, so thank God for that, because this day, like all the other days, was never promised. First of all, the word is the word of the day. Now, it's a good thing this word does not apply to me. Yesterday would turn out a lot differently. Okay, it would have just turned out a lot differently. Today's word is milquetoast. One more time. milquetoast. Now, it is called milk toast. Now, what is that? Well, milk toast, well, let me say, it's to all the politicians who are scared to come up here and answer a couple of questions from the elk dog. Okay? It means timid, meek, or unassertive person. In other words, use a wuss. Okay? I'm just saying. That goes to all the people that won't come up here and talk to me. See, they go all around town going to these forums because, you're going to get dumb questions at a forum. Okay? So I'm just saying. So everybody's scared to come up here. So we call those people milk toast. Okay? Timid, meek, weak, or unassertive person. I'm just telling you. Maybe that goes to some of them folks. See, they come now. Here's what they're going to do. They're going to wait until a day before the election and somebody's going to want to come up. See, but that's not going to happen. Okay, I'm just telling you. Now you got one more week. Wait, next, the 22nd? When is that? We got the next week. When is the 22nd? The 22nd is, okay, so next week, 15, 16. Okay, yeah, we got the next. Then everybody's going to want to get in. But I'm not going to have it. Because, see, I am the vanguard of the local elections around here. Okay? I pretty much can tell you who's going to win and who isn't. Okay? But you got to answer some questions. Before I give you my blessings, you have to answer some questions. So I'm just saying, if all of them are not milk toast, then maybe timid, meek, weak can't come up here and answer questions. Even the most unqualified people running for one of those offices came up here and talked. It didn't make much sense, but he talked. So I respect that. Okay, we don't have to agree. But we at least should have the conversation. Anyway, good morning to you. So what is the lessons of life today? The lessons of life today are very simple. It is something that we all can use, even your host, me, sometimes. Because sometimes I forget about it. And, I shouldn't, but I do. I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. I forget about this particular thing sometimes. But listen to this. Great people are truly humble. Most of us underrate the importance of humility. It's an important skill because it keeps you teachable, regardless of how much you know or the things you possess. Let me say that one more time. Great people are truly humble. Most of us underrate the importance of humility. It is important. It is an important skill because it keeps us teachable, regardless of how much we think we know or how many things we have. So today, sometimes when you catch yourself being braggadocious, even if you're only being braggadocious to yourself, and I will honor my own advice and seek out humility. It will keep you grounded. I'm just saying. And we all get beyond ourselves sometimes. Okay. So humility, it keeps you teachable, regardless of how much you already know or the things you possess. Now, it was on this day in 1945, 3 days after the atomic bomb in Hiroshima and Japan, a US B-29 Superfortress codenamed Boxcar dropped a nuclear device called Fat Man over Nagasaki, killing an estimated 74,000 people. I will always ask myself, did we do the right thing? I didn't do it, but I always ask myself, we as a country, did we do the right thing? I don't know. Only history will be able to tell. In 1854, Henry David Thoreau, Walden, which subscribed Thoreau's experiences as living near Walden Pond in Massachusetts, was first published. In 1902, Edward the Seventh was crowned King of Britain following the death of his mother, Queen Victoria. In 1910, the U.S. Patent Office granted Alva J. Fisher of the Hurley Machine Company a patent for an electrically powered washing machine. Oh, thank him. In 1936, on this day, Jesse Owens won his fourth gold medal at the Berlin Olympics as the United States took first place in the 400-meter relay. 1944 was the year 258 African-American sailors based in Port Chicago, California, refused to load a munitions ship following a cargo vessel explosion that killed 320 men, many of them black. 50 of the sailors were convicted of mutiny, fined, and imprisoned. 1969, actor Sharon Tate and 4 other people were found brutally slain at Tate's Los Angeles home. Cult leader Charles Manson and a group of his followers were later convicted of the crime. 1974, Vice President Gerald R. Ford became the nation's 38th chief executive as President Richard Nixon's resignation took effect. 1985, a federal judge in Norfolk, Virginia, found retired Navy officer Arthur J. Walker guilty of 7 counts of spying for the Soviet Union. Walker, who was sentenced to life, died in prison in 2014 at the age of 79. 1988, President Ronald Wilson Reagan nominated Laura Cavazos to be Secretary of Education, which is probably the worst department that we have down there. Cavazos became the first Hispanic to serve in that cabinet. Now we still got to bring up where they were born. Okay, 1995, Jerry Garcia, lead singer of the Grateful Dead, died in Forest Knolls, California, of a heart attack at the young age of 53. In 2004, Oklahoma City bombing conspirator Terry Nichols, addressing a court for the first time, asked victims of the blast for forgiveness as a judge sentenced him to 161 consecutive life sentences. In other words, you can get that. 14 years ago, President Barack Hussein Obama flew to Guadalajara, Mexico, for a 2-day speed summit with Mexican President Felipe Calderón. And Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper, Iraqi authorities arrested British contractor Danny Fitzsimmons in the shooting death of 2 co-workers in Baghdad's protected green zone. Fitzsimmons was convicted by an Iraqi court in 2011 and sentenced to 20 years in prison. It was 9 years ago that Michael Brown Jr., an unarmed 18-year-old black man, that's what the news said anyway, was shot to death by police officers following an altercation in Ferguson, Missouri. Brown's death led to sometimes violent protests in Ferguson and other U.S. cities, spawning a national Black Lives Matter movement. 5 years ago, President Mike Pence announced plans for a new separate U.S. Space Force as a 6th military service by 2020. The parents of the First Lady, Melinda Trump, were sworn in as U.S. citizens as they been living in the country as a permanent residence. Player demonstrations took place at the several early NFL preseason games, with 2 Philadelphia Eagle players raising their fists during the national anthem. And I ain't mad at them, but you're raising your fist, but you close your fist with all that money we give you over here. I ain't mad at you. Okay, there ain't a country in the world that's perfect. I understand. But this is the only country in the world where you can make millions of, well, now you can make millions of dollars playing soccer too. Anyway, evacuation orders expanded to 20,000 as the wildfires that have been intentionally set move perilously close to homes in Southern California. And those are some of the things that happened. But let me give you a couple of people's birthdays, just in case you ever heard of them. Sam Elliott, one of the most handsome guys on TV, is 79. Melanie Griffith, that's right, used to be married to Don Johnson. She is 66. Amanda Beers, who played with Married with Children, is 65. Curtis Blow, oh, those are the breaks. Give it up, give it up. Never mind, I'm not a rapper. Curtis Blow is 64 years old. Fashion designer Michael Kors is 64. Today, host Huda Cobb, or whatever hell her name is, Huda Cobb, or whatever it is 59. And former star with the Atlanta Falcons and with the Dallas Cowboys, and now the coach of Colorado. Oh yeah, my main man, prime time. It's 56 today. Okay. Gillian Anderson, the X-Files, is 55. Eric Urbana of Star Trek and The Hulk is 55. Chris Como, like the world really cares if he's 53. Kevin McKidd, Grey's Anatomy, is 50. Jessica Capshaw from Grey's Anatomy and The Practice is 47. Ashley Johnson, What Women Really Want, is 40. Dan Livitz of Screech Creek is 40. And Kendrick is from Pitch Perfect and Twilight is 38. Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise, is 33 years old. Well, those are some of the birthdays that happen this day. Now, what are we celebrating today? This is good stuff right here. National Pizza Day. Hey, 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 hey. Get a little pizza, get that little cheesy thing going on, put a little stuff on. Too bad you guys don't live in Hawaii. If you live in Hawaii, you will see pizzas made of all kind of things. Fish, pineapple, all kind of things. Okay. Chocolate Day. Everything tastes good. Chocolate. Okay, I'm with you on that. Although chocolate will make you run to a certain room in the house real quickly sometimes once you get a certain age. Brazil Carnival. Don't know. I'm not in Brazil, but okay. International Winter Bike to Work Day. So grab your bike, all right, and ride to work. National Bagel Day. I'm too crazy about bagels, but they look good. National Cut the Cord Day. Cut the cord, take control, and embrace affordability, flexibility, and convenience today. Okay? Do something different. National Develop Alternative Vices Day. You know, okay, let's say you smoke. Okay? You don't want to smoke anymore, right? You don't want to smoke anymore. So you want to do something different today. You want to start a new habit. Make sure it's not a bad one. Okay? Maybe give up Coca-Cola for Sprite, which is what I think I'm trying to do. Okay? I'm trying to give it up to Sprite. And Sprite's got a new drink too. As a matter of fact, it's called Tropical Punch. It's really good. National Owen Day. If your name happens to be Owen, today is your day. I don't know anybody named Owen, but if you do, tell them Happy Owen Day. National Toothache Day. Okay, that's not really something we want to celebrate because toothache hurts. I'm just saying. But if you have a mind to celebrate it, today is the day to do it. Pizza Pie Day. Already told you about that one. Read in the Bathtub Day. Does anybody take a bath anymore? No, I don't mean take a shower. I mean, does anybody really take a bath? Baths are for rich people, okay? That way they can sit in there, read the New York Times, get their breakfast brought to them, and all kind of things. Well, a brother got to get up and go to work. I ain't got time to sit there and lounge in the bath. I got to hit the shower, bam, 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 wash everything I can get to, and then hit the street. I'm just saying. I don't know who. But today is read in the bath time day. We ought to put a caveat to that. That's for rich people. Okay, that's for people with money or people that are actually retired. Okay, I'm just saying. I got anything else? Okay, that was it for the day. There's a couple more things, but Welsh Language Day, we don't know anything about Welsh. St. Marone Day, I don't know anything about that. And Scott Stabath, I don't know what that means. Sabbath. Stabath. I don't know, Saba. Anyway, I don't know what that is. Something to do with the Scouts. All right then. Yesterday they had a new. Who is this? Who's calling me this early? I don't have time to take no call. Nah. Okay, I know who it is. Yes. Okay. Anyway, so much for that. Okay. Yeah, call, if I tell you to call in the 6 o'clock hour, call. Rather than that, let me have my fun here. Okay. Smith. Anybody know what Smith Station is? Okay. Anyway, talk a little bit about what the mayor and the police chief yesterday at their press conference. Yeah, I was there, looking around, seeing who was there. Trying to mind my business there, and not a whole lot went on. I mean, they didn't say any more than we already knew. That's good. All right, we good. So I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. What you say? What did they say when the police? I gotta go. All right then. So we'll get to something else later on. We'll talk about some things. Maybe my health guy was supposed to show up here on Wednesday. But I don't know if he's going to not. So we'll see. Nothing but lies. Well, they didn't lie. They just kind of like. I mean, what can you say? Really, what can you say? Somebody just going to jail. I don't know if I want somebody going to jail. Anyway, we'll be back. Have a good morning. And the rise and shine. I agree with that. Yeah, that's what happens. Alcohol is your emotions hit the best of it.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 94.5. This is the CBS World News Roundup, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin this hour in Hawaii. A potential wildfire disaster on the island of Maui. Flames have destroyed several buildings in the town of Lahaina. The Coast Guard says it's rescued at least a dozen people. Some had to jump into the harbor to save themselves. Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke.
This is something that is very new for many of our residents, and the fire is spreading very quickly.
Alan Dakar was forced from his home.
Had to evacuate because of that fire. Been looking down at the main business district in Lahaina. Buildings on both sides were engulfed.
Wildfire flames are being fanned by winds from Hurricane Dora in eastern France. Officials say at least 9 people have been killed and searching for 2 others after a fire ripped through a vacation home for adults with disabilities, trapping some on an upper floor and in a mezzanine area. Only 17 people on the ground floor were able to escape. No word on the cause. Voters in Ohio speak out in favor of abortion rights.
We did it!
One person, one vote. Dennis Willard, after a measure was defeated that would have made it harder to change the state constitution. CBS's Kara Corti from Columbus.
This was particularly galvanizing for so many voters because in November there is scheduled to be a vote to codify abortion rights in the state constitution to protect abortion rights at around 22 weeks pregnancy.
A federal judge has scheduled a hearing for Friday in former President Trump's election interference case on what he can or cannot say about the evidence. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The judge is going to say to the prosecution, you asked for this protective order, you propose a certain scope to the protective order. Let me hear your arguments for why you think this is necessary.
Former Trump advisor Stephen Miller has a conservative legal organization that is suing Target on behalf of an investor over its LGBTQ promotion during Pride Month. America First Legal claims the store failed to weigh the risk of potential customer backlash. Target pulled some of its rainbow-themed merch after angry confrontations between shoppers and employees. This man in Bakersfield was doing some California dreaming.
I have lots of plans. I share with family members and friends.
But he does not get to share anything from last night's $1.5 billion Mega Millions jackpot. There was just one winner who purchased a lucky ticket at a Publix supermarket in Neptune Beach, Florida. The first person to win the game in 31 tries. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important. It's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do. For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
New York Times calls Gripbox the best of British talent. Stream brilliant series you can only find on Gripbox. And look at home favourites like Vera and Stonehouse. Plus the upcoming original drama Archie, the story of Carrie Bird. Come to free trial at Gripbox.com.
Gripbox is what you need for travel. Passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel size items. Now, get $10 off your purchase of 30 or more when you buy your travel service. In store, the offer ends 9/16. Exclusive supplies. Staples, your first stop to non-stop travel.
The gig's been scrapped for an embattled pop star.
The Made in America Music Festival in Philly has been canceled this year. Organizers say it's due to severe circumstances outside of production control. But SZA and Lizzo were set to headline the event. Cancellation coming a week after the singer was sued by her former dancers, accused of harassed and abused on tour. Lizzo denies it, and the festival didn't mention the allegations either. But in a statement, it says it plans to be back next year. It's still too soon, though, to say who's performing. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Ever consider changing your names?
Sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh.
Nearly 10,000 Subway fans have committed to renaming themselves Subway to get a lifetime supply of free sandwiches. The company says there will be just one winner chosen later this month, who will have 4 months to legally change their name. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
We need everywhere. How is this? Yeah, already had that. Yeah, this is really going for State Farm. You like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That's where I thanks for stopping by. I thought about that, baby. Yeah, great to see you. Thanks, guys. You know the new tagline. It's State Farm. You stayed early for years. Yeah, right. We will just stick with sharing with love. Right, Jeff? Hey, what about this? Music. Or it's the quicker picker up. Or don't go home without it. Or somebody had checked stuff. There you go. What else?
Starting at a 19% lift. There we go. That's why he is a variety of effective TV solutions and with radio and news, you're your one-stop shop with a coordinated radio and digital connectivity. And sorry too. Here's my drive to get your business. News Radio 14. If you want to get started, go to newsradio1440.com and click on Grow Your Business.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show. Chinese Russian on News Radio 1440.
Alrighty then. And good morning, everybody. I love this song. You know, I mean, what a great song. Remind me when I went to New York last year. I'm thinking about going again. Except I'm going to take more than $300 with me. You know, I got on the Greyhound bus and me and my phone. You know, I only lost one thing on the whole bus trip. I lost one of my wireless, you know, even wireless things that go in your ear. But me and Christopher Cross, the stylistics, you know, the old school people, you know, we had a great time going up there. I mean, I was listening to them on my phone, but I tell you, it was an interesting trip. Until we got to North Carolina or South Carolina, wherever I was, and the lady who drove the bus quit right there in the parking lot. That was on the bus. But we had plenty of gas in it, and we had air conditioning. So I was willing to wait. I haven't to go anywhere. It was good. All right. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope that they find you well. You know, oh, I get people watching on the no, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hope that they find you well. You know, I was talking about the press conference yesterday, which I'm going to agree with. Now, I know when I say this, I'm going to catch WHELL. Okay, I don't care. I do not believe that the issue on Saturday had much to do with it. I'm with the mayor on that. I think we got two drunk folks, four drunk folks who got out of control and not and I still haven't. Now somebody said that the N word was used, but I don't know which N they talking about. Is it the or the G? I don't really know which one we're talking. Because it matters nowadays. Because the young folks that came in and said, well, you know, we don't say that one, we say the other one. But there are two N words now. One is said with affection, and the other is said with disdain. Now, so you have to listen closely the next time somebody call you that, so you know they saying God or earth. I'm just saying. So I haven't heard anybody actually officially say that either one of those things were used. Like yesterday, somebody said it was used, but again, I don't know. I haven't heard it on audio, so sometimes people say things that are not necessarily true. But I don't believe, the same as the mayor said yesterday, I don't believe this was about race. Okay, so we had a white guy and a black guy disagreeing with one another. Okay, we had four white guys and one black guy disagreeing with one another. But I don't think it's about race. I think it's about stupidity. Okay, it's about stupidity. What happened last summer? It was just a stupid thing they do. Alcohol, you know. And I understand that the young man had a business, and everybody wants to put him out of business. You know, listen, here's my problem with it. I guarantee you that most of them folks yesterday, they go to church someday. Okay? I guarantee they do. And we don't. Now again, these folks need to be had. There need to be some consequence for hitting that man. Absolutely. For starting all that ruckus to begin with, there needs to be some consequence. But you know what? To destroy people's business, to put their families in a hardship, and not only put their family in a hardship, what happened is to destroy their business. The people who use that business, it won't be there anymore. I'm just saying. So, do we not have a forgiving heart as people sometimes? Really, we don't. We can't. I mean, we all have done stupid things. I believe if we turn the tape back on most of our lives, I think we can find some instances of stupidity, of us doing things that we had no business doing. Okay, and even the times we did it when nobody knew about it. Okay, we all have done things. Forgiveness is a powerful tool, and I think if we as a city, want to show our children and the young adults that are coming up how to deal with this. Okay, we handle the people that did the deed, and with a little bit of firmness, but not life, not the death penalty. Um, I think we all learned something from the last Saturday. I think we all learned something. So our goal now as a city, and I'll be the president of the group. What we need to do is understand that all disagreements, even between people who look different, are not necessarily having anything to do with race. Sometimes you just can be ignorant of playing this stupid thing. Okay? That doesn't make every disagreement between a white person and a black person a race riot. Okay? So I'm just saying, it just don't do that. Just we have to, as people, as people, we have to understand forgiveness. Okay, I actually cannot go on. Now, I just give up your church card, go home, don't ever go back to church anymore because you lie. Because you don't really mean that stuff the preacher's trying to teach you. You're just going so your neighbors can see what you're doing. The ultimate in Christianity is forgiveness. Okay, so let's not make everything in this about the race. There you go, turn it. You forgot to put it on the doctor on us. Anyway, so does anybody disagree with that, or do they not? I mean, we have to learn a way to have forgiveness for what happened. Let's calm the sea here, okay? And since my guest just broke something, I'll be back after this commercial. I go. We'll be back. We got a local celebrity in the house, Fisher. Ooh, okay, I don't have to go right now. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, let me go to the phone right quick. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah. Now you okay? Now you must be talking about somebody else because I've never advocated violence on either side. Yeah, yeah, okay. Because they'll be lying too if they say that I'm about people getting together. I don't care about the race thing. I just don't. Well, it ain't my. Wait a minute. When's the last time you actually heard? Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure there is too, but I don't remember it. It's been a long time since I used the word thug. I mean, because uh, we got 8-year-olds now carrying guns, robbing people. So I can't call him a thug. He don't know what a thug is yet. So I don't know. But okay. So I think there's a difference between chastising people who on a regular day, everyday basis go around breaking into the houses, shoot at one another, than this instance right here. And tell you the truth, my dear, I love you. I don't get me wrong. Tell you the truth, most of us just hurt each other. So that's not about race at all. Well, it is about race, sort of, because black folks killing black folks. Okay, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm only giving you my personal opinion.
I'll let you call and give your opinion, and that's good. Let me take the last call. I'm gonna take a break after this call, and then I'm gonna go let my guest come in here. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Mm-hmm. Right, I know that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Plus, with the mixture of alcohol in it too. That's it. Yeah, they wrote that both for Selma. What's a horse? What's a horse? What's a horse apple? Must be a southern thing. No, I never. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, y'all do a lot of. Okay, y'all do a lot of things down south that I'm not used. Y'all do a lot of things down south that I'm just not used to. Right on. Right on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good. Right. Yeah. We wouldn't heard anything about it. Yeah. We wouldn't heard. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, if it bleeds, it leads, baby. If it bleeds, it leads. Yes. Yeah. Especially on a slow news day. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it. I got to tell you, I'll be back with my uh, mystery guest right after this when we come back. I'm just saying, I am the ambassador of the airway. My job is to keep the peace. Okay, and so far, for the last 30 years or so, I've been doing a pretty good job. Okay, I'm running for re-election. Okay, so on the 22nd, make sure you vote for Kevin Elkins, the ambassador of peace. I'll be way at the bottom of the ballot. We'll be back after this. I don't mean to, wait a minute. I have there has to be somebody that thinks a little different. If everybody's thinking the same, somebody ain't thinking. And I just, I don't, I'm with Steven. It wasn't about race. It was about stupidity. And the guy that was stupid happened to be white. And the guy that took the blunt of that stupidity was black. But I don't think they. So you guys could guy will go from Selma to my Alabama. I just thought the Alabama River right here by Montgomery. Yeah, that's the brothers up there, didn't you? Yeah. As a matter of fact, we got a little bit of everybody like each other. We have white folks, we have black folks, white. We have white folks. We got a little bit of everybody like each other. That's an equal opportunity fight. Yeah, yeah. And I think one of them was trying to help. And she got pushed. I mean, but hitting that woman with that chair, that's coward. When a man does that, that's coward. Huh? Yeah, emotion do. Emotion, that's why emotion gets you court martial. Or in the Supreme Court, you can't pay. Man, I got a news and radio thing the other day. I'm just trying to figure if this is a real fight. They said you $5. They've been doing $1. But I'm on. No, I just told the thing, wait. No. It's just that when they got to do that. Yeah, like something like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. There'll be some fentanyl on here. Next thing I know, I'll be high. Don't know how I got there. The world looks different in the morning. Yeah. That's a funny thing, how bad the storms are. I like that. How bad storms, whatever. It didn't give you. Yeah, you hope for another day. No matter how bad the storm was. I've had a lot of storms. Some I made myself. I mean,
Or keeping your child healthy.
Be smart and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And those ain't even cheap stuff. Okay, we're back. Hey, our guest is running for a little bit, not too long, but a little bit. You got up early in the morning. County Commissioner Isaiah Sankey. He is with us. You want to ask him a question or two, something like that. Let me give you a cup of coffee. Get rid of that. That's what I mean. Good morning. Who's this? Good. Good morning, sir. Mm-hmm. What makes you think that? Well, I mean, now you sound a little bit. And you should break it too. You know, come on, man. Yeah. Okay. Oh, now I got to shut and drive. Okay. Well, sometimes I was in mama on the woman, so I'm just saying. Okay. So therefore, it wasn't racist. So therefore, the white folks saying the same thing, not racist. Yeah. But that is such a convenient thing to use when people, but human beings sometimes, since the beginning of time, Cain and Abel have fought each other. Now that's a question. now that's now that's now that's now that is an interesting question right there. But we'll get to that one later on. Yeah, we'll get to that one later on. Oh, sometimes they got you, they got you. Anyway, good morning, Commissioner Sankey.
Good morning, Kevin.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. Good to be back here with you.
Yeah.
It's obvious that race still matters, whether it's in Montgomery, Alabama, or anywhere in the nation, based upon the conversation and so forth that you generated here as a result of that incident. I've gotten calls from across the country wanting to know what are we doing here in Montgomery, Alabama. And so whether it was racially motivated or not, people still tend to see race.
They look at because it's a convenience
as a factor.
Right. But sometimes it isn't.
Well, I do agree with you, and I really didn't want to come and continue that conversation this one, but it's obvious and apparent to me that race still matters based upon the conversation we've had regarding this incident. Locally and across the nation, people are.
It matters to somebody.
It matters to.
It don't matter to you and I.
Well, not in terms of just continuing the conversation and so forth, just for the sake of discussion. But race, I think, plays a real factor in the way we live, even here in Montgomery, even though we are making progress. But I wanted to kind of move away from that this morning because sometimes that can be a distraction on the things that really, really matters in terms of our day-to-day quality of life that we enjoy here in Montgomery, Alabama. And we don't seem to be giving enough time to the fact that there is an election coming up. And that's on August 22nd of this year. There is an election coming up, and we need to be aware of that fact. And there are candidates that are vying for the various seats that are open in city government. Of course, candidates vying for the role of mayor. And I just think that people need to know more about the election and how the elections impact the quality of life that we enjoy here in Montgomery. So perhaps we need to talk about that. There's some other things that we need to talk about in terms of what resources come to our communities, particularly those communities that have been traditionally underserved. And so we need an update on the American Rescue Plan Act and how that money has been appropriated and so forth, and maybe the inequities that have existed since we got over $85 million here, both city and county, in what we call the American Rescue Plan Act that was meant to help mitigate some of the negative impacts of COVID. And we know low-income communities and those communities that are predominantly African American tended to suffer more as a result of the pandemic because there was already some chronic health conditions that were existing. And so we need to talk about that as well. So The topics of the last few days have been important with regard to that particular incident, but we don't want that to be a major distraction when it comes to other things that we need to be concerned about, like the elections that are coming up on August 26th.
Okay. The American Rescue Plan, do you happen to know we are still paying Levitate to counsel us? Is that true?
Well, yeah, the taxpayers are still paying Levitate.
And that's $42,000 a month.
42,500 to be exact.
And half from the county and half from the city.
Well, not exactly half.
Not half.
I got a little bit more, so we're paying a little bit higher percentage of that.
So I spent about $1 million.
Well, close to $1 million as of today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, have we gotten our money's worth?
Well, I don't think it was ever necessary to hire consultants since Treasury made the guidelines, pretty clear. The interim rules were, maybe had needed some clarification, but Treasury went back after comment from all over the nation that they received and considered, and they made the final rule a little bit less stringent than the interim rules as it relates to how that money can be spent. And so we had broadband as a major feature.
And so in 2009, yeah, we had the same money coming here for broadband.
There's been a lot of money toward broadband, and if you begin to try to understand all the financial resources that are available, that's like $8 trillion have been placed into circulation across this country,
and I don't know where
just as a result of the pandemic.
Yeah,
and so I'm concerned, and I lend my voice as often as I can and as loud as I can to the equity situation. We're just not getting enough of those resources.
And why is that?
Well, people, the decision makers, it's a vote. Everything is a vote. And you have different influences and so forth, special interests influencing votes. And it comes down to that. On the county commission, if you get 3 votes, then you're the majority on the county commission. And so you get whatever happens to be.
Now, our county commission right now is, since we got to go there, what's the color makeup of that?
Well, if we want to talk race now,
well,
y'all introduce that.
Yeah.
Again, there are 3 African Americans currently.
Okay. So y'all got the bully pulpit.
Well, we say y'all now. If we want to,
the color folks,
if you're divided along racial lines,
yeah.
There are 3 African Americans and 2 whites. And of course, in terms of party affiliation, there are 3 of us who call ourselves Democrats,
right, of course,
and 2 who call themselves Republicans.
So are we getting, are those areas in which you were talking about right now, do you guys have the ability to affect in a positive way? I know Flatwood, it's probably not much better off now than it was the day that storm hit.
Well, I wouldn't say that necessarily because we have housed some people. We certainly have housed some people, and it came through the combination of goodwill people,
right,
and some elected officials who put a lot of effort into making sure that the people got rehoused. And so we rehoused some people, but we still have a way to go in terms of the community center. I've been strictly pushing for rebuilding the community center.
Mm-hmm.
We have the drawings. The architects have rendered the drawings and so forth for the new community center. And we have bids out already for that. And hopefully at the next county commission meeting, which is coming up.
Why not annex it? Why not annex it to the city?
Flatwood.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, okay.
We certainly talk about that
Yeah.
in police jurisdiction and things of that nature. Maybe on my next visit we can talk about that. But that is, certainly worth discussion. There's some other neighborhoods out near Pike Road that,
right,
at least one in particular, that wants to be annexed into the city for various reasons, obvious reasons rather, and some of the benefits that you have if you're part of the city of Montgomery, as opposed to being in the police jurisdiction or just out there between here and there, and nobody seems to really.
I guess it's Commissioner I was gonna say Albert Isaiah Sankey. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. Well, thank you. Yes, ma'am. And I want this. Yes, ma'am. Well, I don't know if there was any obligation. I could speculate on what you're talking about, but you might want to be clear on that so I can give you a clear answer. that was just discussion. Now, if you talk, and I think Mr. Pruitt at the city council brought that up as a means of helping Flatwood, and if that could have happened, I would certainly been in favor of it. Was in favor, but I realized that you can't spend, and all that, by the way, we were talking about American Rescue Plan dollars, and you can't spend American Rescue Plan money to target one particular neighborhood. It could have been given to a nonprofit if that nonprofit could have shown that the pandemic caused them to lose money, and if they were engaged in rehousing people, if that was their mission, then maybe they could have taken money, but they could just give it to one particular community because Treasury guidelines does not permit that. And so people say a lot of things and so forth for whatever reason. You know, a lot of times people use suffering and pain to promote themselves, and so we could not legally give that money to Flatwood, and that's the way that was. Well, what from not coming out of the general fund money. Now we do have over $1 million in discretionary money that we give to various nonprofits, and there were some people on the commission that actually contribute money to one of the nonprofits that were out there helping the community. I don't want to, boast in terms of what I gave, but I actually, since you asked the question, if we're talking about dollars, and I think you're serious about your question, I gave $52,000. I gave $52,000 of my discretionary money to an organization to rehouse a particular family.
Well, that's on anything.
I agree. I agree, and that's the point I want to make.
Because it's philosophical, and people what they believe. So everybody don't have to believe the same thing. Anyway, let me get another call. Let me get another call.
Let me say this. I want to congratulate the folks out at West Ferry Road, all the people out there, the over 3,000 single family dwellings, were actually making calls, writing letters, sending emails, because it was not easy getting that money to pay that road. And so the people out there, I want to thank you for that. We got to get the bridge, the Froggy Bottom Bridge replaced. But thank you all so much for being engaged and getting the road paved. It took a long time, but it happened.
Good morning, you're on air. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I got my license, everything. I'm still a certified family nurse practitioner, but I have not actually had a patient a couple of years. I'm moving into another area, another direction. You don't think? Yes, ma'am. So, yes, ma'am.
All right. Appreciate it. Let me get my call. Go to my last break. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning.
Yes. Hey, man, I'm doing real good. Is this Pastor Saint? Is that what I'm saying? Yes, sir. We're listening. Go right ahead.
Mm.
Flatwood, Flatwood.
Yeah. I think it's too. I appreciate it.
Have a good day, sir.
That the pickleball thing is that from a different pot of money.
Well, no, the discussion was about the American Rescue Plan.
Right.
You know, $6.2 million that went in the form of soccer contract. That was some stuff that we weren't going to deal with pickleball, but when it was first introduced, $6.2 million was to be to enhance the soccer field to include pickleball.
So we can enhance soccer field.
We can't help people with no place. Well, if you have the votes to do it, you can do it. And of course, I'm not in agreement. One of my field commission, Dan Harris, and I voted against that. Okay. It was $6.2 million American Rescue Plan. And by the way, none of them will have to spend it.
Can I take a break? We'll be right back. Yeah. What you say? Huh? You got no job. You got
hours of each. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
The ambassador of the radio waves is me. I'm trying to keep peace here. We misdiagnose things. But sometimes I must tell you, I think a misdiagnosed illness is just as bad as what happened on Saturday. It was misdiagnosed. I don't really think anything is great. No racist. Not now that it's all over, everybody's it's a race left. But I'm there in the police. This was about people. People doing dumb things. Okay. It was just about people doing dumb things. I don't really think. I don't know. I don't think anybody can be honest because there was white folks in there helping black folks helping white folks, black folks hitting white folks hitting black folks. So it was just like a regular free for all. I don't think anything can go. So, as a matter of fact, I mean, listen, a good ruckus every once in a while is not all that bad. Okay. My problem is when people start picking up things and hitting people with them. Now I think somebody ought to pay for that. I mean, you don't pick up shit. Especially a woman. Yeah, boy. But that's just me though. And I don't think you should go to jail or anything. I think there should be certainly there ought to be some consequences. Okay. I mean, if you're going to imano, then do imano. Okay, don't sit there and pick up things and hit women, especially hit women. Don't care how what a woman has done on this. We shouldn't do that kind of thing. That's just a black man's opinion. 8:49 in the morning. What else? Evidently, there was some concerns at the courthouse, at the Supreme Court building, There was this was Pakistan, and evidently they found out that they gave the all clear. So life is good. Yeah, life is good. So we're not. Okay, there we go. So evidently, um, what happened is okay, okay. Yeah, you said the chief said the Harriet 2 set out from the river for 45 minutes. My question is, where was any authority from the city, and how long were they going to wait? Uh, listen. I think that's a good. You know, although we're way beyond that now. Um, we're way beyond that now. But I don't know. Yeah, it was just it was a it was a perfect storm. Okay? It was a perfect storm Saturday. But let's move on from that and let's keep moving on because we have come too far in the city of Montgomery, okay, to just park on that for the next 6 months. How about the 8-year-old that was arrested in Montgomery for stealing the car, chasing with the police chasing him, and he had a gun with him too? Hijacked, robbed somebody. That's a bigger deal than what happened down there. What happened down there Saturday? Good morning. Who's this? Okay, then. You too. But anyway, I think that was a bigger deal. Okay. Yesterday, I think 2 men of juvenile injured in the Montgomery shooting. Again, Montgomery police are investigating the shooting that left 2 men and 1 juvenile injured yesterday. Major Sabakova said MPD and paramedics responded to the 3300 block of Fairground Road at about 5:10. There, police found 1 adult male and 1 juvenile male, both who have been sustained non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. Police located an additional male victim who sustained a life-threatening gunshot wound. The victims are taken to the hospital for treatment. I mean, those are things we really still need to work with. Guns. I don't know. Guns, 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 guns. You know, there was an article in the paper today about human trafficking. Um, I never really paid attention to it. So when all the, I guess that's why everybody's kind of ticked off that whatever her name was up in Birmingham, because with all the serious cases of human trafficking, young ladies getting lost, to spend all that time looking for somebody who wasn't lost, but who was expecting the phone. I can understand a lot of people being all upset about that, but again, I say, everybody gets one. I tell my son, everybody gets one food. Everybody gets one food. Everybody gets to do something stupid at least once. Everybody gets to do something stupid at least once. The second time, though, we're not going there. That doesn't mean that there's no consequence. It means that the consequences won't be as severe as they could have done if this were a second time. So I'm just saying, I think I think we as a city just need to forgive one another and stop parking too fast every time something happens. Lost my job. Oh, you lose your job. White man got it. You go to the job, find out the black man got it. Okay? I mean, come on, man. Then the white guy loses his job. They say, I lost my job because of that affirmative action. Well, I'm not for affirmative action. The next thing you know, you lost your job to another guy, another white guy. So, I mean things happen. Things happen. People do things. People are crazy sometimes. It's not all about race, but race is a convenience. If you can't think of any other reason why you lost your job or you didn't get the job, and if you can't think of any other reason, then all the comeback is always, I lost because I was a guy, I was a white man. But now, what I'm about to say, I will tell you that I know there's going to be some people saying this. I know you are, and I know you are, but in an effort to undo the past, I do believe in our country right now, we are tending to really, and I just got to say it, crap on white men. I think we are. I think in an effort to make up for what happened years and years ago, not by the folks that we're crapping on, but by people who are in their 70s and 80s now, and 90s. So This country has found a way to, to reverse the treatment of one and put it on somebody else, I think, in a certain kind of way. As a matter of fact, let me tell you what I wish we would do. When you put an application in, it should be race on it. No place. No place at all. I can understand on your driver's license why you put race because you want to make sure you're actually talking to the guy that's supposed to be on the license. On the license, I got you. But on job applications, we need to do away with race on all applications. If I get the call, I get the call because what is portrayed on paper are the skills that I need for this job that I have. Okay? Because I got to tell you, in America right now, man, it's hard to be white. It is what it is. So, and anybody who say I'm lying, you lie. Okay? You lie. Okay? It's no better to treat other people the way we did not want to be treated as we are doing now. Okay? And I'm not an apologist for anybody, white folks or black folks. I just like to see things reasonable and logical and follow a sense of reason. Why do we do things? Now I will tell you that if I went into a school and that's 99.9% all black, and I don't see one white teacher or one white administrator, that would bother me. Because that means we have, and now if they didn't want to come, that's one thing, but they haven't, to purposely leave people out. And then the only interaction they will have with that group of people is either going to jail, leaving jail, or headed back to jail. Okay? I think we need to have places where everybody is represented. Everybody is represented. Okay? That's just my thinking, though. That's just me. Good morning. Who's this? Because I never ran for office because nobody gave me no money. And I would agree with you. And again, but those are not the young people. Those are not the right. But those I told you, yeah. But I told you those people from that generation, 70s and 80s and 90s. Hey, they were who they were. We can't punish. What about him? Right, but he's running. Listen, and I've told you, and I've said that. I've said that on many occasions. You can't act like you want. Yeah, but I do think my Republican buddies talk a good game sometimes and don't really live up to it. But listen, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. The fact that I was invited to the chairman's meeting with the president Friday night, hey, says a lot. And because I was the brokest guy there. I didn't take I didn't take I didn't take no pictures. All they all right. I ain't got no pictures, man. I didn't want to be all across the world. I don't want to be that famous. No. I'm good. I want to be unknown. I want to do my work in the background. You know what I'm saying? Do my work in the background. But one of these days, when he gets back to the White House, I'm gonna get a cabinet position. So we'll see tomorrow to get Lord Smith the same. Secretary of something.
him up for you, so you got him on Monday.
Well, listen, it's okay to play the second string.
Hey, I see you Monday morning, 7:10, right?
Yeah, but this is this is the first string up here.
Okay, good.
That down there.
Second string?
Yeah, second.
All right, you want to hit 7?
Yeah, you can hit 7, 10, whatever. We don't go in the air till about 7, 10, something like that.
I'll be here.
Now you ready to go?
I guess. I don't know how to do it any different.
Yes,
I'm just being myself.
Just being yourself.
That's it.
Now, where are you from? Somebody said you from Florida.
I went to high school here. I went to JD.
Well, why in the world? See, that's why you can't believe half the traffic here.
I know.
Around here. What are the polls showing?
They're showing good things. They are. But no, I moved here. I moved to Montgomery in '96.
You get this in 96?
Because I ain't trying to be out front. If you Google me, you're gonna get my wife.
Yeah, we know about yeah.
That's by design. I never wanted to be out front.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to Monday.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to talking to you. Good. Good to see you. Yeah. They were saying you could give me a code to get in. Because I had to get here this morning. I just knocked, and I guess somebody heard me, but I don't know how to get in the door.
Well, did you my number?
I have your number, I think. You called me.
Yeah. People. Yeah, just call me when you get here, and I'll come down. Because the code is here, but that one hooked me downstairs. So just call.
No, I'm at this one, but let me see. Let me make sure I got your number.
Yeah, they don't want to.
241-9998.
Right, they don't want to.
That's fine. No,
but just call me because I'll come. I'll just come down. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be here.
The announcement comes amid rising tensions with the U.S. and the Gulf. A woman in Australia is under investigation for allegedly serving her elderly in-laws a poisonous lunch. Down under, 3 people are dead. The man's recovery not to consume 55 countries. The convict going out to the find on the stage. He's 50 days home. He says the person who posted the video lunch in Melbourne, working a week ago, want to live longer? Keep moving. European researchers say about a mile and a half can reduce the risk of dying from just about anything. Much Obama is a professor of cardiology in Poland. To cover the deal, and includes what an infectious disease. This is CBS News. Their NPR pilot system to accept the view of editing out of the visit we can build yourself later.